Hello, my friends at SeemsGoodMagic.com. This is Travis Simulan Sowers, and we are drafting some Aether Revolt and Kaladesh here. Interesting question asked immediately by this pack of, do you take the amazing removal spell or the amazing creature? Because I think those are really the two picks here. I think it probably has to be Battle at the Bridge. This is a very good removal spell. This will certainly build a board state around it. I mean, there is sometimes the concern that you're putting your neighbor into black. Sometimes you can cut black if black is going to be good. Sometimes you cannot. Sometimes black's not open and you end up not playing this anyway. It really matters more what we're getting past than what we're passing. But Battle at the Bridge, being only a single color in a late game spell anyway, is splashable, whereas this is not. So I think it's a safer first pick. Like, who knows, we could be, you know, green-white and splash this and be pretty happy. Other notable cards in the pack are Sweatworks Brawler, Shock, and the Renegade map. I think these are all cards that I'm happy playing in my deck. The rest of it's kind of medium playables. Mr. Garrison's fine. Silkweaver Elite's kind of bad to okay. All right, so what have we got here? We've got basically Narnum Renegade, Daring Demolition. I think those are the only real cards in contention here. I've only really wanted these implements if I've got a lot of improvise, and I usually want to pick up the improvise things first and spin them. I've not found Brawl to be particularly good. It's mostly a 2-mana 1/3. And like, if you build your deck around it and then don't draw it, or they have any removal spell in the game other than Shock, you're kind of sad. I think I kind of just want to take the Daring Demolition. I might have taken it out of this pack just anyway and been happy. And it does have that side benefit of cutting black, right? I think I could be happy with that. I think the only thing competing with it is the Narnum Renegade. We're passing a sweet Death Touch deck. All right. So there may be a day where I do the Efficient Construction deck. This is probably not that day. The Cogwork Assembler is probably a little better than the Aether Poisoner, but I still kind of want to take the Aether Poisoner because I'm kind of a monster. I think it's one of the better black commons, Daring Demolition being the other. And I am interested in not passing too much black, although the Cogwork Assembler is very nice. It gives you access to something that this format doesn't typically give people, and is also an artifact. But like, 2 drops are important. This gives us an artifact, and it's in black. It cuts black a little bit. I wouldn't hate you if you said I'm making this pick wrong. All right, here we get to the meat of it. We're going to want some implements. Presumably we'll do something with improvise. I don't hate taking the Salvager here just to stay black. I also don't hate saying, hey, this guy's playable and taking it, or hey, what about this? But I think we're going to give the Salvager one more shot. That Infiltrator's a tad bit late and may mean that we can get multiples of these and do something really fun. Grab another Poisoner here pretty easily. I like Destructive Tampering a lot. Leaving the Dust is fine. Natural Obsolescence is fine. Will Smith is great, but pretty far away from what we're doing. And staying mono black does leave us open to bombs. Like, worst case scenario, we end up with a deck that doesn't really want the Salvager. That's fine. Best case scenario, we see something crazy and just get in on the right colors. Aether Sweeper's the best blue common, I think. It's certainly in the running, and it starts making us a lot of little dudes. I would not hate a Reverse Engineer here, but I think it's time to speculate on this. We got a lot of dudes to make servos for this Salvager. Also, there was the Scry guy still in the pack. I've been pretty happy having that in most of my blue decks. Just having those mana sinks is kind of a big deal. Disrupted Death Touchers, make some little dudes, have some good removal spells, kind of go from there. Like a hidden stockpile, and all of a sudden we're black-white instead, but because that just is a really crazy combo with the Salvager. All right, next pack, we've got a Sly-Wreck Requisitioner. I mean, that could work. There's also a Sweatworks Brawler, which doesn't really go with this. I've seen this card go off. It requires a bunch of implements and kind of something stupid. I might could make this happen. Like, we've got to take non-creature artifacts now. But I kind of think I want to see if we can do something with this. Like, at this point, we can almost just take all of the implements we see. It can be a way to feed a salvager. And I'm not quite ready to go into another color. Like, it's technically an improvised payoff. It just needs the implements to actually pull it off. All right, if red's going to be open, we may be interested in this now. I don't think we're playing it unless we're red, but seeing the tampering and the implement here kind of gives me a little bit of hope. I'm not ready to play off-color implements. There's also the argument to take the Night Market Guard and just value the black and blue ones highly. I think I can probably handle that. This guy's fine. It's not great. Solvent will certainly play. That I think we're just in on. And now if we see like another Brawler or anything to go with this, I think we're pretty happy with it. None of these cards are really super playable. Precise Strike sort of goes well with the Brawler we didn't take, but maybe we'll do something with that. I expect black to be cut a bit here. And see, there's another destructive tampering which we'd like, but we need this Implement of Malice at this point. I'm starting to feel like red is the color we should be in, as opposed to the blue. But I'll put these two folks over here, and we'll decide from there. Black was open-ish. We got the two Poisoners. There's an argument for blue. I don't think we're doing the Consulate Turret deck. Although I did see Josh do that, and it was crazy. Tezzeret's Touch. A chance to redeem yourself, Travis. That could be interesting. The thing about it is red felt a little more open, and the Scrapper Champion's just going to be great. If we're ready to value implements stupid highly, I could take the Touch, play the Aether Swooper, and the Leave in the Dust, and have a good start to a blue-black improvised deck. If I just want to take the more powerful card that doesn't really synergize with what we're doing, a 4-mana 3/3 double strike is certainly a powerful card. But given that I've tried drafting blue-black improvised before and couldn't quite pull it off, is this just better for blue-black improvised though? Like, what's the best case scenario of Tezzeret's Touch? I landed on something, I hit my, like, obviously turn 3, landing it on something and killing your opponent's great, but the Dockhand's a cheap artifact for the imp. I think that may be better. I think that may be better. Because, like, if I get stuck with too many, you know, too much mana, this gives me a mana sink. I'm a monster, confirmed. We'd probably play a servo schematic, but I think we want this assembler for sure. I passed one up earlier and kind of regret it. Okay, so it looks like red something was open, given that there's a shock here and still Kari Zev, which is interesting. But at this point, I think I do want the Touch, and we'll just start looking for basically any implements we can grab from here. The map would be quite reasonable too, but that's, I don't think, quite where we are. This is fine. Combos with our Requisitioner. I don't really have the improvised payoffs yet, but we'll get some Gearseeker Serpents or something and call it good. The Augmenting Automaton can be good. Just as an early artifact, again, the kind of challenge is we're looking to have something to improvise out, and we kind of didn't get there. So the Welder Automaton's fine, but I kind of want to try this cheap artifact build. I suppose this is sort of an improvised payoff, right? And that I can just draw more cards. I don't suspect this fellow is very playable. But we may just be at the point where we have to take it. Like, you're not exactly cheating it out. We could take an Ornithopter and live the dream. But I think at this point, anything that says artifact on it is probably a must play. I'm nervous about playing 2 implements. Like, we've already got 2 card draw spells. All right. We can look at another automaton, but I think we should probably take an ice over at this point. Like, I'm going to need something like a Gear Seeker Serpent in the last pack. We would probably first pick one at this point. I think we've got enough artifacts to play the touch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 potentially. I think we've got a decent deck for the Salvager. Yeah, let's consistently hit this. We're going to focus on player removal. Yeah, if we see 2 Gear Seeker Serpents in the last pack, we got there. If we didn't, I should have been drafting red the whole time, and I'm kind of an idiot, but I'll I'll take it. I'll take it. We currently don't need a lot of lands, which I suppose is an advantage. There's another Leave in the Dust. There's an off-color implement, and there's an Illusionist Stratagem. I think we have to take another Leave in the Dust and not be super happy about it. 4th Bridge Prowler I'll run, though. I've mentioned a couple times that I like this card. God, that Sweatworks Brawler is just here taunting me. I'm still going to take this in case we're interested in that. This is a little bit of a gift, I think. I've got another shot at an ice over, but I think I want another implement. I think we're artifact heavy enough now that the Kaladesh pack can really pay us off. Murray? Murray looks good. I'll play a Murray. This guy's so bad. I guess we could take the thing to search it up, but that's kind of awkward too. The self-assembler. Kind of got my curve all wonky as well, don't I? I might play that. If we're looking to grind. I don't think I want 4 Leave in the Dust. That's a lot of dust. That might be more dust than I can handle. Not quite a whiff for us here, as I think we're pretty happy with the Snarethopter. I've played with the Cataclysmic Gearhulk with and against it, and found that in most cases it's just a bad Bastion Mastodon. You can engineer a board state where it's going to do something, but that's not often the case. Chance we wield the Stash, and we would play it. We'd probably have room for a Die Young too, but Snarethopter's just a good solid body for us. The module is not quite the droid we're looking for. I don't think we're set up to really be able to splash. This one, I think we can kind of tell that red is where we should have been. Like, this plays, I suppose, nicely with these folks. It's probably the card I'm most likely to play, as it gives us another mana sink and can turn anything into a problem for our opponents to deal with. Yeah, I'm not playing anything else out of this, so we'll put this over here and see if it comes together. Doomed Operative, I think, gets right in the deck, except there's that Gear Seeker Serpent. And this means we actually have a deck, as opposed to our playing cards and seeing what happens. So I think we should probably take that. We'd like a Doomed Operative, and I think would happily play one, but that's just not the world we're living in. Goggles do help improvise the few cards we have that care about it. We just don't really have enough of them. We're also at the point where we're having to cut cards. That I think one of the Leave in the Dust can be left in the dust. The Eager Construct may be better than the Night Market Guard. We're not looking to crew any vehicles with it, so it's just a cheaper artifact. It's a 2/2 instead of a 3/1. I mean, that matters some, but I think I could get behind this being a deck. We don't want the rats. Ooh, Malfunction and Daredevil. If I'm going to play less lands, we could probably run this Daredevil. What does my removal suite look like? Well, I may see another Malfunction. This is an uncommon. I'm not going to see another one of these. And I think with this many artifacts, you kind of need to take it. And I think I could play 24 here and be pretty happy. Here, I think we'll just take a Make Obsolete for the board in case we're against the X1 deck. I have main decked that before and may do so again. May do it here over one of these implements. There's also an argument that the solvent isn't exactly what we're after. But I think we've got a potential little brew here. And the Requisitioner looks like it may actually do something. Mana's not too bad. We could probably go 8/8 currently because there's so many artifacts, we kind of don't have to worry about it. That module's kind of a whiff to... I mean, I like the mana sink aspects of this, but we can just have access to both of them. I'm not going to play rats or anything else here. Kind of wish we'd spun that other Tezzeret's Touch. That might have been interesting. Subtle Strike adds a unique aspect to this deck that it does not have, and that is the ability to kill the opponent's creatures. I think Skygate has some reasonableness here, but Subtle Strike is probably something we can make room for. And it may be Murray, because everything else is kind of working towards a similar goal, and Murray's just kind of sitting here being a snake. Where Subtle Strike can be quite interesting. I think I like what's happening here. It's a subtle card, but a very powerful one. Here the next pack comes back. It's a bit of a whiff. I don't think our colored sources are going to be well enough if I'm playing 16 lands to run a stash, but I'm still going to take it. I may decide I want the 17 after all. I'm starting to run out of cards here, but sure, 3/4s are fine. Just grab cards that we could conceivably play. I don't think there's much chance that we do. Like, if Sequestered Stash isn't good here, it's probably not good, and I don't think it's good here. Like, most of the reasons you can play less lands is you have things like Renegade Map, and we really don't have those. We do need to hit 4 lands, and we're hampering our chances of doing that a good bit here. That said, a lot of our deck is early plays. I kind of feel like with the mana sinks here, here, and here, and the card draw here and here, I might be happier cutting the Universal Solvent. Like, I kind of don't feel like we're going to run out of stuff to do with our mana, but maybe we will. I've been too hesitant to play 16 land decks in this format, and a lot of people have told me it's good. I think I actually want to give it a try. We're not really playing that many blue cards. But I'm interested to see how this works out. I think this is the best version of blue-black I've gotten to come together. It's weird that we weren't seeing the Bastion Inventors. And red was stupid open. We should have drafted red. Go figure. But this looks like a deck we could have some fun with. I'm gonna fire it up and see what we can do. I'll see you guys for round 1 in just a moment.